Hey, what's up, y'all? It's 6:06 p.m. Eastern Standard Time. By a clock that's 7 minutes fast. Out here in a super cool little minivan. I got this little piece of this song in my head. In the name of God, somehow. It's like, yeah, that was a jam, wasn't it? The angst, the anger, you know. Oh, associating God to that shit. You know? That's kind of how I feel about stuff, man. So, I feel like some of us are being drawn together in some kind of way. Some of us have authoritatively got it from the spirit realm that some of us will be moved on from where we're not properly appreciated, where we can't thrive, and we'll be linked up with those who can appreciate us, who we can appreciate, you know, we can reciprocate it, and it'll be mutual appreciation, right? As well, maybe some of us are in situations where the entities that we're with, the universe, or God, the angels, whatever, doesn't like that they're unable to appreciate us, you know, that they're not on the spiritual level to be able to appreciate us and our values and our merits and shit. Like, you know, me and my little dog, my little Pomeranian Aslan, we make good roommates, okay? I'm a good roommate to have. I'm very giving, you know, and I do all that I can for those that I'm living with while I'm with them, you see. So, you know, if that's not appreciated, then I guess I have to get moved on to where it will be appreciated, right? And the same goes for any of y'all that are going through something like that, or maybe going through something like that, you know. So, and then it's like, well, if they were in a hurry to get rid of you and shit, they'll get what they wanted, but then they'll regret it, because it's like, and it'll be like, oh wow, you know, I didn't think it through too well, you see. I was kind of a dumbass, and, you know, me being in a hurry to want to make this happen. And then, like, if animals suffer in any way, you know, well, there's the reciprocity for that. So, I'm in a position where, you know, I may be forced where I have to let go of that and let go of what, you know, the ministry's got put together. But I know that the angels, they'll assign me to it, and God will assign me to it. He's not gonna look so fondly upon it. And maybe that's why he allowed us to enact that reciprocity where this shit happened, and they weren't allowed to have their little evil gatherings for a while, you know, where they feed each other the evil, the righteous evil, where they feel like they're righteous in their evil, you know, because, well, y'all know that evil is good now, good is evil. So, I'm evil. What I do is evil. I'm perceived by those who are really evil, by God's standards, as evil. You see? Some of y'all are too. You can't get credit for who you are, because they want to judge you based on what you are. You see? So, yeah, I'm looking for, like, a supernatural miracle within hours, man. Like, you know, someone to roll up that's gonna be an integral part of fixing shit, fixing my life, keeping me mobile. That's important. There's three things that are important to me right now, because there are three things that are trying to be deprived, you know, the world is trying to deprive me of: money, mobility, and sex with another human, you know, not a spiritual entity. So it's like, as long as they want to keep this shit from me. I have to keep it important to me and try to manifest it. So I'm trying to manifest, like, you know, the hottie that comes into my life that, you know, wants to drive me around, that thinks I'm all that, and I can reciprocate it because, well, I'll think she's all that just for thinking that I'm all that. Because, well, wow, she must be brilliant to think that I'm all that, because stupid women couldn't see it. You see what I'm saying? Stupid women couldn't wait to fuck me over for somebody who wasn't all that by comparison. So yeah, I've been judged harshly by those who are too stupid to actually be judging me, really. You know, and that's why, like, I feel like I'm getting pulled away from all things where my family, you know, can get reported to. Because, well, you know, to show you how little anybody knows me or knows anything about me, to suggest that, you know, I go just shuffle me off in an apartment somewhere, I go live in some projects or some old people apartments. That's like, you know, such a huge insult. It's like, wow, you know, just to even suggest that means this person didn't know the first thing about me. Never listened to nothing I said when we drove past these places. Either that or listen and wants to be like, you know, executioner, you know, in hell and shit, you know, this is your sentence. You know, it's like, so, you know, hey, there's options. I mean, you know, if people are in a hurry and shit, me and my little dog can go hang out with my little brother, I guess, over at my grandma's for a little while. If shit doesn't manifest before then, you know, somebody doesn't come rolling up, which, you know, hey, I'm expecting it to be on that level where they just come rolling up, yo. Yeah, and it's like, okay, well, let's go. And I'm thinking that I might have to go, like, out of state or something. I might have to, like, you know, go stay with somebody out of state until I can get my shit together and, you know, survive on my own. Maybe in another state I can get my license and shit. You know, that's never going to happen here because of the corrupt, toxic government people that we have. You know, they have no sense of shame. I mean, look at this shit now. And, you know, the latest shit done. So, you know, maybe I'm getting pulled away from just, you know, all things that are keeping me stagnant on all levels. And then I'll be given the opportunity to show that, hey, wow, you know, this guy was a hard worker. You see, given the opportunity to reap benefits from how hard he worked, look at how he succeeded and thrived, you see? And Michigan has wanted to deprive me of that in the name of whoever they serve, you know? And they've managed to do it all my adult life. And maybe I'm just getting pulled away from it now, you know? Because, well, you know, ultimately, I'm in the position where, you know, I can just go disappear. Nobody has to know anything about me. And I can work my way to, you know, to wherever I go, and then from there to wherever I'm supposed to go. You see, like, maybe I'm supposed to end up in, like, California or some shit. My mom has some kind of weird prophetic dream. I don't know, 5, 6 years ago, 7 years ago now, maybe. That her and her husband were cruising through California for some reason, and she picked up one of their local papers, and I was in it. You know, I had been there in California for a while. I was a success and shit, and that nobody in our family knew it, you know, because I didn't use my name and I didn't look the same. Well, you know, if you take away the suffering, and, you know, you see how I've aged a lot in the last 6 months. You take away the suffering and the worrying about what tomorrow's going to bring. My flesh will rejuvenate. My face will rejuvenate and shit. You know, I'll get back to where I don't look like I'm worried, you know, waiting for hammers of the gods to drop at all times, you know. Which I do look like that. I look stressed. I look thin. You know, I look unhealthy. And, those of you who know how I'm supposed to look and how I did look before all this shit broke down, and got assaulted like it did, you know that I looked pretty good for my age, and it wasn't showing. Some Cal Kushka. This is like in the 20s, 23 THC or some shit, right? 24, 26, some ungodly number. Right? I spent the extra $4 a gram. It's $8 for 2 grams plus tax. Might as well just say $30 for 2 grams as opposed to $30 for 3 grams just a year ago. Of the same caliber. See, now you got to pay that extra $4. You get that top tier medical grade quality. So that's some Gorilla Glue. It's like 21, 22 THC, maybe 23. These are some potent strains. The least potent is this one. It's Pineapple Express. It's like 19 or 17 or some shit. Sometimes it's as low as 16, and sometimes it's as high as 21. I think this batch is like 19 or some shit. So yeah, out here drinking out some iced tea. They poured in a water bottle. I made this. It's good. I can make some good iced tea. And I don't know, I just wanted to come kick it with y'all for a little while, smoke with you. Because, well, you know how it goes the minute you sing accolades about somebody, talk about their decency or something, you know, the rug gets ripped out from under it. So yeah, I guess I shouldn't have talked about all that stuff to you guys. And I met a lady, I told you in the last video, the Walking Anslin video, I met a lady on the bus, an old woman named Peg. All the more reason not to want to move into one of these places where, you know, suddenly there's an opening at one of these places 4 days before the 1st, you see. So it's like there's no warning or nothing, just, you know, all of a sudden I'm supposed to like just pack up and move into this place. You know, I don't know. It's like some of the expectations of me are, to me, seem very cartoonish. Seem very out of character, you know, and seem very the opposite of, you know, reciprocity. Being reciprocal, you know. Returning good for good and all that good shit that, you know, certain demographics are supposed to be known for. So yeah, it's like I have like almost just like prophetic utterance on me that some good shit's coming financially. I'm going to be stable and secure. I'm going to have what I want, which, you know, I already told y'all what I want. You know, one good hoe could make all the difference in the world right about now. I kind of have an idea of what I'd like, who I'd like, you know, shit like that. What I'd like the entity to be modeled after, you know. But I don't entertain no preconceptions. I got some kind of paper towel or something in here. The door got wet from having the window down, smoking a cigarette, piece of cigarette. And just figure I'd dry it off. Keep the water out of the electronics and shit. Water spots, all that good shit off the leather. Of course, it's all stained over here. I haven't tried getting any of this shit off. Looks like somebody spilled coffee on both sides, that side too. So, yeah. Ultimately, I'm thinking that I'll end up with somebody that will really love me and care about me and buy me a better minivan, since, you know, I like this one so much, but it's It's on its last leg. Something cool like this, but with less miles, better shape. Maybe looks cooler, black, you know, something. Oh, blacked out side windows even, you know, I don't know. You see, and like make it to where I can, you know, I have that. I still have that because, well, you know, nothing can be taken for granted. It's something that I've learned from my existence, my pre-existence here. You see, I can't take anything for granted. The rug can be pulled out from under anything. You see. So that's why, like, you know, I've been very standoffish, you know, text-wise and on the phone. I've been almost where, like, I've tried to be repellent on the phone, like, you know, I don't know. I have sides to me that is almost like a shit test, you see, because, well, if I have, you know, a weak mental moment, you know, is that going to be like, okay, that's the breaking thing for this person? Well, it's better to find that out in an early phone call than to, you know, entertain any ideas that we're going to hook up. And then the minute that I have, you know, I say something psychotic or I have a psychotic episode, oh, wow, you know, I just don't want to be with you. Okay, well, other people have different kind of psychotic episodes. They go behind your back and fuck other people and shit. They backstab you, you know, keep you in operating in negative energy where you can't prosper because your house is divided. Now, a divided house cannot prosper, it will fall. And I found that to be true. Did y'all see that bird fly through the van? It probably looked on camera like it flew outside of the van. It flew through the van like we weren't even here. And I could smell it. You know, it's a wet bird. And I bet you when I look at this footage, if I think to look at it, I'm going to see, y'all probably back it up and it looks like it flew on the outside. Because, well, that's some of the weird shit they like to do. Shit's in with you, but it's not with you. You know what I'm saying? And it's like, but your sense of smell gives shit away. You know? They have to really make sure that anything that they put, like, in a room with me has no scent to it. Because I smell their like, robotic shit. You know, I smell the, you know, it's like, well, you know, it's well oiled, it's got hydraulic fluid and oil and shit, and you can smell it. You know, it's a piece of machinery, you can smell it, like walking into a machine shop. It's a smell that don't belong in the room you're in, you know? And I have a strong sense of smell. I have a giant fucking nose, you know? And it's like I've smelled people, you know, that they've had in the room, you see? And it's like, and I've gone out of my way to, like, when, like, there was weird shit happening where I think I was being, like, shit was getting in the room with me and they were slowing down time on me and doing shit with me. Or, like, when I was masturbating and I'd go into a trance where I just, like, black out and it seemed like someone else was there doing shit to me. I went out of my way to make sure that I had, like, a fishy pussy smell. There's ways to do that. And they went out of their way to report on it in their media releases, you see. One person in something they were saying as part of, like, a skit or something, and another person in a movie. So, and my ex-wife has watched, you know, little pieces of movies that were pieces of shit, where they spoofed us. You know, they spoofed me, they spoofed her. They didn't know what they were looking at. You know, spoofing the glove, all that. Because they don't know about the conduit shit They don't know about true ritualistic shit. It stopped at 20, but I caught it that time. You know, they don't know about anything real, so they make fun of it, not knowing what they're looking at. You see? They actually should have gained some respect and wanted to sit at my feet and learn, you know, while I was of a mind to teach motherfuckers, you know, how to, like, be my apprentice and shit. Because, well, I imagine for an entity who doesn't have my level of negative seed sown, negative karma, the karmic debt, I imagine for them it could be a more profitable anointing, experience, whatever, where they could capitalize on it in some way that I can't. I'm very introverted, so, you know, the things that other people would do, I don't really pursue. I kind of like dabble, throw something out there, post and ghost, and it doesn't take off, so it's like, okay, well, you know, maybe I'm not supposed to do that, you see. And I am convinced that when it's time for me to not be enduring reciprocity for my youth, I'm going to experience you know, the reciprocity totally on the other side, where it's like there's the harvest for the good seed sown, you see. And then those who sabotage it and shit, they probably won't even know what's happening, because, well, they would sabotage it if they saw it was happening, you see. And that's something I understand now, is, you know, these entities who act like I'm the black sheep of the family, it's like, you know, okay. They, I guess they are the problem, you know. And God doesn't have to necessarily deal with the problem the way they think the problem has to be dealt with. He may deal with the problem from my end, or I'm just taken out of the picture. Nobody knows anything about me. Nobody knows where me and my dog are. Nobody can tell you shit about us. I changed my phone number, everything. You know, nobody has it. Nobody. Okay? Nobody can contact me. You see? I mean, because, well, you know, if I'm going to go departure, I'm going to go full departure. You see? Like I had to do with my ex-wife. Where, okay, you know, I loved my kids. You know, I didn't want to leave them. I went back to prison how many times trying to stay with them, you see. So it's like, you know, I love my animals and the homeless animals, the ministry here. I love all this shit. I love the service of it, believe it or not. I can't imagine passing it on to someone else, even if I got rich and famous and I hired somebody to do it while I'm gone. You know, and the ministry's moved to a nice big ranch. When I'm back, I'd still sift my own cat litters. You know, that person would have days off when I'm home. You see, whoever is assigned to do the cat litters, that assignment will be mine, because, well, that's who I am and where I came from. You know, ultimately, who I evolved to. Not a product of my raising, and not a product of religion and the church and all that shit. What I evolved to in the spirit, under God's guidance, you see. Which, that's more important, that I live up to that. And I've done all I can to live up to it here. I have been oppressed, just like that old couple got ran out of their house across the street for daring to minister to homeless cats. It's like, okay, bam, you know. And it's like, when it comes from, you know, it's like he's enough adversary, this old white devil next door, because of the, you know, his connections with the police and the city and shit. It's like, you know, he's enough of an adversary against it without there being anybody else who wants to see these cats not get fed, you know, wants to see this ministry get closed down. you know? He's enough. And he's a problem. I'm probably not going to be here to see the problem get dealt with. It's probably going to be horrendous, like, you know, something horrendous. I can only imagine, you know, what can happen to someone who has no animals and won't share their life or their property with an animal and has poisoned God's animals and has come against God's ministries. You know, this stuff that I do for cats, y'all know that this is just obedience, okay? I have no great affection for cats. I personally don't like their personalities. They're kind of ungrateful. They're possessive. They think they own you. You know, all that shit. They fucking puke and shit and piss wherever the fuck, you know. It's like, you know, I mean, the majority of the time, and you do have some kitties that are really good kitties, but, you know, there's some cats that they're like hellcats, man. And they make you, you know, you just don't like cats as a whole because of them, you know, the majority of them. And, it's like, that's how I am, you know. I just, personally, I don't like cats, but, I love, you know, cats in the sense that I have been assigned to have empathy for them and do for any kitties that I can, you see. And I did for the kitties here, and then, you know, Dick fuck murdered them. Drove that old couple up out of their house for daring to care about him and daring to fucking report him. You see? It's like, some people in this town, you don't want to report on them. Not to the police, anyway. You report on them to a different group of motherfuckers, you see? And eventually, they do get theirs. It doesn't happen immediate. Can you imagine if something immediately happened to this guy now? I'd get blamed for it because, well, he just threatened me with a vet ass. And before that, like a few weeks before that, threatened me with a shovel. Just for being engaged in ministry, man. See, this is the suffering that, you know, we were told we would endure for maintaining the standard, for doing what God wants done. You don't see them who go to church enduring this suffering, okay? Because, well, they're not doing what God wants done within that, you see? So that's why, you know, everything they do. Here, you need a tax break. You don't have to pay taxes. It's like, man, they should have to pay more taxes. Huh, for real. They're selling lies. Look at how their demographic acts, you know? I mean, this guy over here, he started carrying a Bible, man. He turned into a fucking monster, yo. It's like carrying a Bible up and down the street, poisoning shit openly. You know, flipping me off and shit. He knows I'm running the camera. He's flipping the camera off. You know, you're flipping the world off, fool, because I'm going to post that shit. Christian flips me off for fucking writing in chalk on the ground, warning people not to let their pets and their animals, or their pets and their children get poisoned by his mothballs. You see? Yeah, I wrote it in the ground, on the sidewalk, in chalk. And, boy, that just ate his ass. He couldn't stand that. Walked by here, looking like a cartoon vulture with his little cane and shit. Yeah, it's like you keep fucking hating on God's shit. More shit happen to you. You'll need crutches, motherfucker. You'll be cruising down here on one of them little fucking hover-rounds and shit. Hover around, yeah. Skulks, you call skulks. It's like, yeah, suck my dick, you crazy old white bastard. Yeah. It's like, you ain't the first motherfucker I seen pick up a Bible and just go totally nuts, crazy, like fucking near in the right all the time. Okay, I got an aunt like that, yo. It's like very afflicted. Very, ooh, I'm up on a high horse. I got siblings like that. Used to be cool people you could sit with, do a line of coke with them, smoke a doobie with them, drink some wine with them, have some beers with them, party with them, live with them. Oh, shit. Now look. It's like, God damn. That's what the Bible do to you? Shit, I know what it did to motherfuckers when we was little kids, yo. They were fucking taking us in the basement and fucking us while they's having service upstairs. Yeah. Oh, yeah, I'll babysit your kid. Oh, I'll teach your kid how to play piano. I mean, skin flute. Yeah. Oh, yeah. It's like shit. And the whole time they're pointing saying somebody else is evil. And it's like, hey, that's the shit. It's like, wait a minute. That little kid's bruised butthole fucking ain't from somebody else's evil, you see? And then you get told, teach everybody else what you learned in church. Oh, shit. But just don't tell nobody what you learned. Oh, shit. So in the innocence of you get taught, obey your elders, all that good shit. You do this shit, and then you go teach, other kids your age stuff. You're playing doctor. You're doing what the music minister did with you, what the pastor did with you, what the prophet did with you. You see, because while they're curious, what do you do? What do you do, Vinny? Let me show you. You see. So then it's like, oh shit. So then you groomed, a generation for these motherfuckers. You see? So then, okay, then they getting to them now. You see, but you don't know it, because, well, you dumb as fuck. You don't know to go tell somebody what the fuck happened. And when you do, how dare you make such accusations against a man of God? You hear my farts? I'm a little kid. Take a look at my butthole. It looks like a vagina, yo. A bruised vagina. It ain't supposed to look like that. I ain't supposed to have a big, plump, girly butt. My lips ain't supposed to look like I've been sucking dick all fucking day. Come on, man. You sure I'm making accusations? What about these marks on my wrist from where I was strapped down to the demon bed? You see the remnants of the makeup from where I had the wig and makeup on, and I was wearing the little tutu and the lawn outfit, all that shit. You see all that shit? No. Don't smell the dog on me? None of it. Oh no. How dare you make such accusations? Oh, that's a holy man of God. So then you start copping an attitude. Everybody's in on it. Everybody knows, and everybody's in on it. Then you find out, well, one person don't know, your Uncle Ed from Vietnam, who was in the 101st Airborne Division. He comes back and he finds out this shit. He tries to fuck motherfuckers up, threatens them. I'm gonna do to you what you did to him. Huh? Yeah. That got my uncle locked up. Just going and threatening pedophiles. I'm gonna do to you what you did to him if you ever come near him again. If you come near him again. If he comes near you, you better run the other way. There was one motherfucker who obeyed his order. Screamed and drove off into traffic with his car full of his family. Okay? Because he remembered my uncle's warning. Another motherfucker went to the police about the warning. Got my uncle arrested and shit. And then that's when it came out, on a wide scale, hey, this stuff's been happening to him, man. They've been doing this shit to him. You see? It's like, I just threatened to do what they've been doing to him, okay? And, he went in front of a judge, arraignment the next day, and they threw it out of court. Because, well, he addressed a pedophile about what a pedophile's doing. It's like, maybe we should get that pedophile in here and charge him instead of him. You see? That was back when there was justice in the court system. There was intelligent judges, not all these bought little pawns and shit, They just do whatever the agenda is, and they afflict the masses, It's like I'm one of the masses that got afflicted. That's why I can't get my driver's license back over childhood offenses, yo. Yeah, still to this day. An adult who can't get a driving job delivering pizzas or something, I'm some kind of scrub. Well, what'd your man do with his driver's license? Oh, he hired guys like me to do his work for him while he used his driver's license to go cuckold our wives. Oh, that's what he did with his driver's license. Shit. It's kind of the government is sending a message. If you will perpetuate animal cruelty, pedophilia, or adultery, they'll give you a driver's license. If you will not do one of those 3 things with that driver's license, God damn you to hell, you are not going to drive. Motherfucker. For real. And it's that, hey, I'm somebody who can't have his license back based on his religious beliefs. Yeah. My religious beliefs, the words that came out of my mouth, not based on my usage. Y'all know that. And they don't nobody give a fuck. Some of y'all found that out. You tried to get people to give a fuck. They don't. Nobody gives a fuck about the suffering. And that's why they have to be made to suffer, you see? That's why the reciprocity that's prophesied in the Revelations of John. That's why it's brought about. You see, you can't get nobody to do shit. No good shit. Their feet run quick to do some evil shit, though, don't they? Like, right now, I could get this motherfucker dealt with on street level with a couple phone calls. Just talk some shit about this white motherfucker to the right ears, and blam, within a few weeks, his ass would be dealt with. You see, that's something he don't know about me. He's fucking with me, thinking that I'm just some punk bitch he can just, dog out. This old white man don't know. I already could have had him burned out. He could have already been gone. Yeah. It's like, but, I want to let God do his shit. Now that I know about the time loops and the second death, that they're going to get time looped as their victims and then get killed to never get born to perpetuate what they did against their victims. Now, how would you want to why would you want to fuck with that in any way, I mean, because, well, if you martyr somebody, you go get revenge, then God can't get that revenge for you, you see? So it's like he murdered animals that were like part of my family, outside animals that I was feeding. I was trying to catch them as while I was feeding them in the garage. Some of them I had where I could go right up to them, but I didn't have funding to take them to the vet. Okay? I could catch them, but I didn't have funding to take them to the vet to get them fixed. I was going to take them to the vet, get them fixed, see if I could get them adopted out real quick. If I couldn't, I was going to let them back out. But then they wouldn't go multiplying, you see? You think I could get help like that from somebody? No. And, all these stupid-ass bitches around here told Lisa to tell me to waste my time making a website. No, we'll donate. We'll help you with your cat ministry. Not one of them bitches fucking donated. Not one. Just, it was like embarrassing. Almost like, was begging them for money is what it turned out to be, Well, you're the one who said make the website and put a donate button on it and you'd fucking donate, So I did that so that you'd have an avenue to do it, and then you didn't do it, you see? And then that fuckhead ended up murdering the cats that I had ready. All I needed was the money to take them to the vet, yo. It's like, and I was going to take them and get them fixed. And, who knows, maybe somebody would have adopted some of them because they were really pretty cats. Every last one of them cats belonged on a fucking calendar. You see, they were very beautiful cats. I've got pictures of them. He murdered them like they were fucking scoundrel mongrel cats. That old couple across the street was taking care of them cats too, man. And it's like, gonna make them close their cat box and shit. Have the city make them close it. Poison cats and the city stands behind it and doesn't do anything about it. Rape their bushes and then charge them for desecrating their property. It's like shit. The negative karma, the negative harvest, the bad harvest they got growing up out there because they planted all them evil seeds. It's like Grayling City, probably going to get privatized, gave over to the feds because, well, they're too stupid to be running shit around here. They're fucking brutish, bully inbreds. When Lisa and I moved in this house, they literally put the fucking previous tenant's water bill, delinquent water bill, $700 water bill in her name and held her fucking credit score hostage until it got paid. If she didn't pay it, then they were going to report it as she didn't pay the debt. You see? Yeah. It's just like, evil white devil inbreds. Like the police around here, bullies with badges, selective justice. The laws won't get enforced against this fucker. But if I do the same shit to him, you better believe I'll be on the news from getting arrested for doing some shit to my neighbor. Well, he should already been on the news then. I mean, it was something that you could get arrested for, throwing accelerant on somebody's shit and threatening them with it. I waited for it. You see? The double standard. I'm the closest thing there is to law enforcement in this town. That's how I feel about it. They're a bunch of little clowns in costumes driving around in little clown cars, dangerously armed with real weapons. You see? Won't enforce no laws. This fucker could commit fucking federal crimes against wildlife. Federal crimes. You see, they could get them a big collar. And he ain't carrying a gun or nothing. But he's their pet retard. He knows so-and-so on the police force, and he knows people in the city council or whatever. Well, I guess all them retards got to be took out, you know, just go ahead and replace them with a whole different set of people then. You see? Somebody that will do the job. Somebody that won't do the dumb shit with the water like the water people did here. And then they've done other dumb shit like Lisa's paid her tax bill. And they applied it to the water. And she's paid her water bill, and they'd applied it to the taxes. So they jumbled shit all up and got the figures all fucked up. And that shit got fucked up where it was messed up for years. And then later on, they came at Lisa and held her shit hostage again if she didn't pay an erroneous tax bill that had already been paid. She had to pay a tax bill twice in this city. Yeah, because some other dumb bitch got in there and the previous dumb bitches had shit so fucked up. And it's like, you know, okay, well, supposedly Lisa owed again or never paid it or whatever. It's like, well, she did pay it, you see? So she had to pay it all over again. Water company here, just to show you the white devil shit that they'll do, they thought they were going to catch us broke and cut our water off. Lisa made a payment arrangement, and she lives up to it. You know, this is how she was handling it. Every 3 months, she'd make a payment arrangement because the bill came 3 months. It's 3 months worth of bill, and she'd pay it, you know, in thirds. And, well, she paid the first third. Then they came through, and they were going to come cut the water off. She made a payment arrangement. It's on record. She's already paid a third of it. So the figure you got right there is wrong on your little clipboard, for one, my man. But you see, they went out of their way to cut a hole in the driveway to put a valve in so that in the next year they could do this to her. But she was never delinquent or late in the payment arrangement. Well, it just so happens that we had a little bit of extra money in Lisa's bank account that was supposed to go for something else. But just to get them to go away, because I called her at work, just to get them to go away and not cut the water off, and then, you know, we'd have to pay them anyway and then pay to have it return back on. She just went ahead and paid them over the phone. You see? That's the kind of shit. Yeah, I cut my hair. It's just about long enough for the color now. I still have the length in the back, right at the bottom. I just took scissors to it and chopped it all down. It looks really fucked up and chopped up, haggard, punk rock. I did it about 2 or 3 weeks ago. And I was laughing when I did it because I remembered when Lisa had cut my hair like that when we were living with my sister and her husband years ago, like 30 years ago. She cut my hair like that. I went nuts, crazy. I was chasing her through the house. It's like, because it's like I was that pissed off about it. So I just did bust out laughing when I saw it. That hey, wow, you know, it was just 30 years ago. This same haircut fucking caused a violent reaction in me. So we're not really alone. Those of us who are being drawn to other entities, you know, we're being pushed by the universe in that direction, drawn to them, whatever. Things will get used. You know, it may be a little painful, whatever. Like, there'll be almost like disdain, or, you know, like, you know, pushing away, you know, that kind of thing. But what you do is just let that shit strengthen you, harden you up, you know. Like in my case, it's gonna harden me up where I can just like disappear, yo. Nobody be able to find me. They won't know if I'm dead or alive. Me and my little dog would just go build a good life somewhere. We'll find a you know, awesome person who can appreciate us, you know what I'm saying? And appreciate what I have to offer. And maybe the energy of that will cause, you know, some level of prosperity to flow into my life that I can share with this person, you see. Which, you know, that would be awesome. That would be awesome for the universe to get behind, artificial intelligence and all that. Yeah, hey, if that's the direction things go, then make it happen like that, you know? Because I know I can make somebody happy, and I know it don't take a lot to make me happy, you see. Yeah, we're smoking on this Pineapple Express. Getting good medicated. See, I probably won't do a video for you tonight. This is probably the video. I'll just get uploaded to something, you know, Northern Michigan Handyman or something. I don't know. Whatever's still there. I'm always surprised when I go online and see shit still there. Because, well, I've been very vocal against shit. I've leagued with entities online speaking against shit. Speaking up for what's right. You know. They don't league with me. But, I still, you know, they're saying what's right and it needs to be louder. You know? So, it's like, that's why I've jumped in there and I yelled with them. Yeah, but it's like you can't wake them up. And they're finding that out, that, hey, yo, it's hard to wake them up once they're asleep. And they sleep. Calcutta. Right now, there's somebody that could be benefiting from me, you know, having me in her life and hanging with me, seeing to it that I'm mobile, you know, and, you know, throwing it on a little bit low, you know, whatever word you want to use for when somebody's like, they're in your life and you're doing good stuff with them, you see. So I'm waiting for that entity. It's gonna make the whole dark universe, you know, angry. The one that has been ruling my life so far. And I finally get delivered from this evil universe, and it can no longer do these things to me, you know. And I can no longer have, you know, what I love taken from me. See what I'm saying? And I don't know it with you know, the next entity. It's like, you know, I don't know. Okay. You know, because I'm not gonna settle for anything that's not real. I'm not gonna let myself feel sorry for somebody, or anything like that, you know. No sympathy, camaraderie, or, you know, you see, I've already done that, and all it does is come back to bite you in the ass. You do ultimately end up alone. I mean, and on levels that you can't even begin to comprehend when you start out down that path. If you could comprehend it from then, you'd be like, yo, fuck that. I got something else to do with my time. See you, you know? Get shit already. That's like, I shouldn't say already. When did I say it? Day before yesterday or some shit? I don't know. It's like every day's running in together now. See the young woman walking by here with a dog. She must have really wanted to walk her dog pretty bad. Walking her dog in the rain. I'm almost out of coffee. I'm low for cat food, outdoor cat food, and I'm low for cigarettes. See, if I did reality show videos, it'd be pretty boring, you know. Like if it was a reality show, almost like it was based around like my transformation, and I was living like that somewhere instead of like this, you see. But you never know, that might be about to happen. I could end up living somewhere where I live more as the female me than the male me. I don't know. I don't know what's going to happen yet. Almost seems like that'd be ultimate revenge, right? You couldn't do what was right, get support for what you was doing in the eyes of those who see that as so unrighteous, you know? So then you can do that to mirror their unrighteousness, how they were unrighteous to you. Yeah, well, you drove me to this transgender lifestyle, you see. Because when I was trying to do right, I was trying to be a minister of God, you know, as a man, there was no support. All you could do was judge me, you know. Not appreciate me and not appreciate what the fuck I'm doing. Not appreciate, you know, what God has me doing, you see. Not appreciate that it's something that God has me doing, that I'm on a mission from God. So it's like, you know, yeah, you can really just put the blood on their hands like that because, well, you know, you didn't willingly walk away from any of it, you see. That's why I'm at, is I'm totally free, just like when my ex-wife divorced me. Just rolled my fingers up in the window. Yeah. It's like, that wasn't me. I didn't divorce her, she divorced me. You see? So, I'm free in the sense that, well, you know, there's nothing that I want to walk away from or run away from or leave. There's no duties I want to abandon. You know, I'm willing to carry my duties and all that shit as long as you know, it's there for me to do and I'm able to do it, right? But if I'm being pushed on, then it's no longer, like, if it doesn't get done, it's not my sin, you see? You see what I'm saying? Much like my ex-wife, anything she did after she divorced me, that's not my sin, you see? So, because, well, I didn't put her away from me. And I didn't put any of these ministries away from me either. You know, it's like I fought hard to maintain them. I fought hard to be, you know, involved in them and to be the one that's perpetuating them, you know. As long as they're maintained and the standard is maintained, you know. I have nothing to say about if God shuffles me out to something else and he shuffles someone else and they can maintain it. But there's the mentality of, you know what I'm saying? Can you trust it to be maintained? I don't know. I'm learning to not let shit be like emotionally scarring me. You know, scar me or affect me. Just not have a reaction to it. And I'm hoping that doesn't turn me into, you know, what the world is, where it's like, you know, I'm emotionless. I'm self-focused to shit, you know. Self-absorbed. Oh, yeah. It's been raining for a while here. It started right about 4 o'clock, right when it was predicted on the Google weather thingy. Just before 4, as we came walking up. 3:30, 4 o'clock. Which, if they get it within a half hour, that's pretty accurate, right? Been raining ever since. So, I'm not disappointed because the universe must have something manifesting for me that I'm going to be really happy with. I don't know how it could, like, how it could be so fulfilling that it could distract me from the void of, you know, I'm not fulfilling my ministries, you know, because that's what I am. I've become somebody who I'm very ministry minded now. My time is for that, you know, my days are for that, to be there for that, you see, and to do that. And, to take me out of that paradigm and put me in a paradigm of, oh, I'm so happy that I'm not even thinking about the void. I can't comprehend being that distracted from God's will, you know. So there's like a part of my spirit that's like, it's crying out, it's grieving, it's sad, because, well, you know, God's will appears to be like with the couple across the street on the attack. It's like, you know, under assault. And it hurts to see, you know, when the real God is doing something and he's got something being done, and for the people who are doing it, for them to get attacked and to get taken out, you know. And we knew it was coming. You know, that couple was stronger than me. They had more resources than me, and they got took out. So we knew it was coming. It just had to find the chink in my armor. And it found the chink, and it put, you know, a religious person on one side and fag on the other, and it broke the chink wide open. Busted it wide open, you see. And then ever since then it's just been destroyed. It just was waiting to get walked out, you see. They've got some answering to do to the cosmos and to God. Yeah, this thing's about to die out. It's about time. It's been an hour. Alright, y'all. It's been a nice little chat. It's blinking, so that means it's gonna die any second. Yeah. I refuse to be sad. But it is sad. And hopefully those of us who are supposed to connect will get connected some kind of way. I don't know how. It's looking pretty grim and gruesome from where I'm at.